Creating a campaign is easy with the Intellifluence Campaign Wizard. You begin by selecting the type of campaign that aligns with your goal. For example, if you want an influencer to share an existing post you've created, you would select Social Share. If you want an influencer to engage with an existing post you've created, you would select Social Engagement. If you would like an influencer to post a review on their social media profile, you would select Social Review. You might want something more specific like a blog review, a video review, or a marketplace review on services such as Amazon, iOS, or Android marketplaces. If you're not seeing a campaign goal that lines up with what you're looking for, you can always create a custom campaign from scratch targeting any network you want. I'm going to select Social Review. From here, you'll narrow it down to the specific network. I'm going to select Instagram. Give your campaign a name that accurately describes what your campaign is all about. On the right side of the screen, your campaign offer will display exactly how influencers will see it in our marketplace, if you're planning on running a public campaign. More on this in a minute. Your brand name will default to the one you used when registering, but if you've created multiple brand aliases, you can select the one that you want to use for this campaign. Upload a campaign image that accurately represents your product or service. An attractive photo will make it stand out to influencers. In the required work section, provide all the instructions influencers need to successfully complete the work you want them to do. You can go even further and provide a prompt for influencers in the suggested post message field, depending on which network you are targeting. If you have specific requirements or things to avoid, be sure to add them in the posting do's and don'ts lists. If you have a link to your product or service that you want the influencer to include, add it here. If you have a custom link or a UTM tracking code, you can just leave this field blank and provide it directly to the influencer later. By default, your offer will display in our internal marketplace where influencers can apply to be a part of your campaign, and it is also syndicated to our third-party partners, so it's displayed in places like Facebook groups and Reddit for maximum visibility. You can also choose to only display the offer in our internal marketplace, or if you're subscribed to an applicable plan, you can keep it private by selecting Don't Do Either. By keeping it private, the only way an influencer will see your offer is if you send them a pitch. If you're running a public campaign, select a start and an end date. This is the time frame that your offer will be visible to influencers. You can change this at any time by editing your campaign. If your product or service is adult in nature, you can specify this so the offer is only available to influencers aged 21 and older. Next, choose the way you want to compensate influencers. If you're offering a product, you can specify if the influencer is required to purchase the product as part of the campaign. If you're offering a coupon code for influencers to use, you can specify whether it is a unique coupon code for each influencer or a standard campaign-wide coupon code you will give to all influencers that you're working with. If you're offering a coupon code, be sure to include the coupon value. If the coupon code value is the same as the product value, influencers will know that they will be reimbursed for the full value of the product, essentially making it free. Otherwise, the coupon code value will be displayed as a savings off the full product value. If applicable, specify the amount of cash you will offer in addition, and provide a link to where the influencers can purchase your product. Next, estimate how many influencers you would like to work with. This will come into play a little later. Now it's time to optimize your campaign to attract the most relevant influencers. Choose up to 5 specialties that best represent your product or service. Select the country or countries you want to target. In order to collaborate with the influencers that best match your budget, you will specify an audience size range. This range represents the total audience size or follower count for influencers across all their social media profiles. You will see the number of influencers that meet your campaign criteria update based on the information you provide. If you're not seeing a lot of influencers, or maybe there's way too many, adjust these filters accordingly until you see enough influencers that meet your campaign criteria. Based on the information you've provided, we pre-select influencers to save you time and effort. You can add all pre-selected influencers to your campaign to pitch. You can also select certain influencers, or you can deselect all if you only want to search for influencers manually using our Discover tool. Now it's time to fund your campaign if you're offering cash compensation. If you're only offering product, you will skip this step. By default, any payment card associated with your account will display here. You can also add a new card at this time. All cash transactions are backed by the Intellifluence Promise, which helps protect your transactions. Click Learn More to read about how the Intellifluence Promise works. If you want to add funds later, you have that option. Otherwise, specify the amount of funds you want to add at this time using the Funds overview that takes into account the number of influencers you want to work with as well as the applicable fee. If you have enough funds in your account to pitch the number of influencers you specified earlier, you will have the ability to automatically pitch all influencers you've added to your campaign. If not, no worries, you can always add more funds or pitch influencers individually after the campaign goes live. Now it's time to review your offer. If you need to make any changes, go ahead and do so, otherwise click Finish if everything looks good. Your campaign is now live and you can begin sending pitches to any pre-selected influencers you've added to your campaign if you didn't go with the automatic option. If you're running a public campaign, it's now visible to influencers that meet the criteria you have set. Influencers that apply to be a part of your campaign will show up alongside any you have pre-selected or add manually using our Discover tool. If you ever need to make a change to your campaign, simply click the Edit button. Now that you've created your campaign, it's time to pitch influencers. Simply click Send Pitch or head on over to the Discover tool to search influencers that are relevant to your campaign. Questions? Help is always a click away.